Hello, welcome again in Simple Math for You. And our lesson today is Slope Intercept Form Part 2. أهلا بكم من جديد في Simple Math for You. ودرسنا اليوم هو الجزء الثاني من درس Slope Intercept Form. Okay, today's lesson is to graph using the Slope Intercept Form. We learned how to write the Slope Intercept Form and we will apply now what we learned in the graphing. تعلمنا كيف نجد أو كيف نكتب المعادلة بطريقة slope intercept form، كيف نوجد الميل وكيف نوجد المقطع y لكي نستطيع استخدامها بالرسم. So reminder that slope intercept form was y equals mx plus b. m is the slope هي الميل وb هي مقطع y which is y intercept. The M and the B are called parameters of the equation because they are changing values. يعني هاي بسموها parameters للإيكويشن لأنها بتتغير لو غيرنا السلوب شكل الجراف راح يتغير. The shape of the graph, the shape of the line will change depending on the constant and depending on the slope. يعتمد على الميل ويعتمد على هذا العدد الثابت. Sometimes the value of M is 0. يعني إذا slope 0 then y will be just b, which is a constant function. That means it's a horizontal line as we discussed that before مثل ما ناقشنا في الفيديوز السابقة. Now let's take an example. Graph a linear equation with the given slope and the y-intercept. الميل موجود, m is 4, y-intercept is 7. How can we start graphing? كيف نبدأ؟ We will start by the y-intercept. نقطة البداية هي y-intercept. As you all know, كلنا نعرف إنه لازم يكون لنا نقطتين على الأقل عشان نرسم اللاين. We have to have minimum 2 points to graph the line. So we will start by the y-intercept. Everyone knows that y-intercept is the point of intersection with y-axis. And let's here mark our axis, coordinate plane. We can start by finding this is my y-axis and we can say that this is my x-axis. Okay. Now y-intercept is 7 means I will go to 7 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is my starting point, y-intercept. When the slope is given to be 4, remember that the slope is rise over run. So my slope is 4 over 1. Since there is nothing, it means 1 because 4 divided by 1 is 4. That means from the point here, the starting point, which is 7, I will rise up 4 because it is positive. So I will go up 4 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I reach to 11 definitely. And then the run is also positive 1, so I will run to the right, means I'll go to the right 1 point, so I reach here. So this is my final destination. Now I have 2 points, then I can match. So this is my line. And it is a very easy way to graph a line, actually. Okay, let's take another example. Now we have here studied or we have learned how to graph a line with positive slope and it is increasing as you see from left to right going up. Now let's see if the slope is negative. Slope is -2. Let's change the color here and we will use the slope -2. Slope is -2 means this is the rise over run. We can consider it also 2 over -1 with no difference at all. But we will, if we start by this, the rise is negative and the run is positive. So my rise is -2, my run is 1. Remember, always remember, تذكر رح نبدأ من y-intercept first. Y-intercept هي نقطة البداية. So we will graph our coordinate plane also. We will determine the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so our point starts with 6 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is I start with here. My starting point, y-intercept 6. It's 6 or 0, 6. Then I will move according to the rise and the run. Since the rise is -2, that means I will go down 2 units. 1, 2. So I reach to 4. I will not stop here. It's just a transit point. هاي transit. وبعدين راح أروح 1 to the left. Why? Because the run is -1. So I will go to the left from here until here. This is my last point. And I will match. The points should not be as thick as that. يعني احنا بس نعملها عشان ديمو ما بنخليها هالقد عريضة. So I will match. And this is my line, including these 2 points. And it is very obvious here that I have done a mistake. Why? I have done a mistake because I went down and went down and left. The run is positive here, either using run positive or run negative with positive rise. So the rise over run is negative. That means the slope is negative. That means this line should decrease from left to right. So I'll go back and erase what I have done and change it again. This is my run. The rise is 2, so I'll go 2 units down. I will run 1 to the right. So I reach here. So I will have this line. Now it is common sense. It makes sense. You cannot consider both negative. If you consider, let's say 2 over -1, I will use another color to explain that. If the rise is 2 and the run is -1, will I reach to the same line? Let's check. I will choose the point which is the same thing, 6. Rise is 2. From the 6, I will rise up 2 units. So I reach here. And then I will run to the left 1. So I will be here. So the line will be the same. It was not that accurate that time, but this is the same line, of course. Yes, it's matching the same points. Okay, let's talk about another exercise. 5 is our y-intercept also. This is my y-axis. I can draw it anywhere. You can use the coordinate plane in your way. And this is my x-axis. We will start as usual with the y-intercept. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will start here. Now I will move according to this slope. My slope is -3 over 4. So this is my rise over run. Rise is -3. This is my rise, -3. So from that point, I will go down 3 units. 1, 2, 3. I will not stop. I have to continue to run 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will reach here. I'll stop. I'll mark the point. And then I will match using a ruler. Of course, matching should be more accurate than this, but no worries. The most important thing is to understand. Now, last exercise. Here we have slope 0 and y-intercept is 3. Now, if you have the axis wherever, this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. If you have y-intercept -3, and the slope is 0, slope is 0 means what? Means the line is horizontal line. Remember? Horizontal line passing through any y-intercept. So if you want to check whether it works or not, 0 over 1 means rising 0 units and running 1. So if you rise nothing and run 1, you will reach here. So that means it proves that we will have horizontal line as we expected, passing through the -3. And this is a special case, horizontal line. Now, what if you are asked to graph this equation? As you see, it's not written in slope-intercept form, so I need to modify it. I need to solve for y. لازم نحل y. لازم نكتبها بصورة y equals mx plus b. So I will leave this alone down, and I will shift the 2x to the other side. This was positive here. It moves to the negative 2x plus 6. I need y alone, so I will divide everything by minus 3. Negative over negative positive. 6 divided by minus 3 is negative 2. From this, you know that your y-intercept is minus 2, this one. This is your y-intercept. And the slope, this one is the slope, because y equals mx plus b, means the m is the 2 over 3. Our slope is 2 over 3. And then I can start graphing. As we have expected, we can start with the y-intercept. This is my y-axis, and this is my x-axis. Okay, our y-intercept is minus 2, so the starting point is minus 2. Since the slope is 2 over 3, that means this is my rise and this is my run. I will rise up همشي فوق 2 units from this point in minus 2. So I reach here. And then I will run to the right 3 because it's positive 3. So I'll go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is my final point. And I will match. I will join these two points with a line. طبعا متوقع انه السلوب يكون positive. So we should have it rising up. Let's see here what happened if you have 5y equals to 20. We don't have x, so we will solve for y as usual. I divide by 5, so y is 4. That means it's a horizontal line. And this horizontal line passing through 4. So I will make my axis. This is y-axis, this is x-axis, and this is the 4. And my line is passing through the 4. Simply, easy and fast. Let's apply real-life application here. Factory. A factory uses a heater in part of its manufacturing process. The product cannot be heated too quickly, nor can it be cooled too quickly after the heating portion of the process is complete. مسألة كلامية لفظية عبارة عن مصنع بيستخدم سخان بعملية التصنيع. طيب نشوف العلامات المهمة رياضيا. The heater is digitally controlled to raise the temperature inside the chamber by 10 degrees Fahrenheit each minute until it reaches the set temperature. إذا بتزيد درجة الحرارة 10 درجات فهرنهايت كل دقيقة حتى تصل للدرجة المطلوبة. Write an equation. اكتب معادلة to represent the temperature T inside the chamber. يعني we want T اللي هي y equals to after X minutes. The starting temperature is 80. The starting point is 80, so I will start by 80. It is increasing, بتزيد بمقدار 10 في الدقيقة, so it is plus 10x, as simple as that. Let's write it in slope intercept form. So I will write the 10x أولا, then the 80. As you see, it is very similar to the slope intercept form. In this way, it is like 10x plus 80. So 80 is your y-intercept, 10 is your slope if you compare it. Okay, let's see part B. Part B, graph the function. So our function t is 10x plus 80, which we said it's similar to 10x plus 80, where this is the slope and this is the y-intercept. As you know, in the real-life application in this exercise, we are not dealing with any negative numbers. So we will just deal with the first quadrant. راح نتعامل بس مع المربع الأول لأن ما في أرقام سالبة في درجة الحرارة اللي عندنا هنا في الموجود يعني. وأيضا each minute عدد الدقائق حيكون موجب دائما. فإحنا راح نستخدم بس الربع الأول. طيب the y-intercept here is 80. So I will make it 10, 20, 30. حولت scale يعني أغير السكيل. So this is the starting point. It's 80. And then I will use this slope. The slope is 10, means rise over run is 10. So this is 80, this is 90, this is 100. 10 rising means I will just go 1 unit in this exercise. For this exercise, it's just 1 unit up because it is rising up and running 1 unit to the right. So this will be my graph. Okay. Now we can also use the scale in X as long as we have the choice. We can use the scale. Now, what is the scale here? It's X minutes, and he is using per minute. We will see the next exercise. How can we use it? If it is 1 here, if you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's okay, but we can use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. If we use 2, 4, 6, that means the number of units we have moved before was more than it should be, because here the running 1 unit means you have to run until here only. So this is my line. The previous one should be erased. So first we need to choose the scale of X, choose the scale of Y properly, because in some exercises you might be asked to do something else related to the graph, as we are going to do now. Now, what is required in the next part? The heating process takes 22 minutes. 22 minutes, so X is 22. Use your graph to find the temperature in the chamber at this point. Okay. We can use algebra. Yani if you want, we can have, we have this equation. We can just replace the X by 22. And it will be 220 plus the 80, which is 300. Algebraically, we can do that. Can I reach this conclusion by graph? Of course I can, but it will not be accurate, because it depends on how accurate you are. Usually, we are extending this line forever. And we need to go to the 22 actually. This is the correct procedure. You go to 22 and go up until you meet with this line. And you will check the Y value corresponding to this line. If you check it, if you extend your Y axis actually, and you were as much accurate as we should have the accuracy, this will reach to 300. You try it and check. After a heater reaches the temperature determined in part C, the temperature kept constant for 20 minutes before cooling begins. Fans within the heater control the cooling so that the temperature inside the chamber decreases by 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So whatever you need here is how much it decreases, where is the starting point. And he said that it is decreasing by 5 Fahrenheit each minute. And the starting point is how much is the value it ends with. He said that it will end with that value that you have calculated before. So what can we write here? For the equation here, we have to be careful to consider the starting point. Starting point is the value that we obtained in part C, which is 300. So this is my y-intercept, which is B. And it is decreasing by 5 degrees each minute. So it will be 300 minus 5x. If you modify it, or this is T, temperature, or Y, we can say temperature because he's talking about temperature. So our temperature will be minus 5x plus 300 in slope intercept form. Let's check our understanding here. Which one of those represent the graph of this equation? We have 4 choices. Can we check directly? Of course, D and C are wrong choices from the beginning because we have a relation between X and Y. It will never be constant. You might be confused because here the y-intercept, it might look like 8. So some of you can choose this one. And this is wrong, of course, because it will never be horizontal. مش هيكون أفقي أبدا لأنه في علاقة بين الX والY. So we need to solve the equation for Y. لازم نحل الY بروحها. نطلع الY لوحدها. So first of all, I'll take the 3 there. So I will take the 3 there. Minus y is negative 3x plus 8. This is not negative y. We need y. So I will divide everything by negative 1. So my y is 3x minus 8. 3x minus 8. From this, we know that the slope is positive and the y-intercept is minus 8. Of course, this one is our answer because this is the only one with the positive slope. The y-intercept is minus 8, of course, so that's it. The choice is A, without even checking the other parameters, checking the slope, whether it's correct or not, but this is the only choice, makes sense. Okay, now the last exercise here, which is a little bit tricky, we have 3 points that lie on the same line. We have this point, and this point, one with them missing coordinate. في واحد منهم coordinate y مش موجود. Find the value of p and explain your reasoning. Since the 3 points are on the same line, that means the slope of the line, if you choose any 2 points, should be the same. طالما كلهم على استقامة واحدة، يعني على خط واحد، معناها الميل بين أي نقطتين يجب أن يكون نفس الميل. So we will use the slope of the first 2 given points. So this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2, and I will find the slope. إذن step 1. الخطوة الأولى نوجد الميل بين النقطتين المعروفتين عنا. طبق الميل. كلنا بنعرفها. 1 minus 7 over minus 6 minus 3. So it is minus 6 over minus 9. أختصر negative على negative positive. راحت. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So it is 2 over 3. So my slope is 2 over 3. نختصر نقسم على 3 إنه 2 يقبلوا على القسمة على 3. طيب الخطوة الثانية step 2 I will use the slope which is 2 over 3 to find the missing coordinate because now we can choose now this point and this point, or you can choose the other point, the other pair. يعني you can choose this point with this point. Whatever points you like, you can choose. بس one of them should be the one with the missing coordinate. يعني تختار واحدة من اللي فيها الكوردينيت المطلوب. So I will choose the point, the first one, which is positive, أسهل, easier. And I will call this x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. Let's replace p minus 7 over minus 3. So 2 over 3 is p minus 7 over 6. I can cross multiply. This is a proportion. So 3 times p minus 7 equals 2 times 6. 3p minus 21 is 12. Take this there. So 3p is 33. Divide by 3. So p is 11. You can check and you will find the same slope. This is how we do it. Again, I'm revising. We are finding the slope between the 2 given points. And this is 2 over 3. We will use the same slope to find the missing coordinate. Here we replaced cross multiply because it's a proportion and we will find the p. And this is the end of this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Thank you all and goodbye.